Pens, we're going to head out. And in this stage here, we've got about 2.5 something kilometers in which you can get your shit together with your group. Rolling through here, make sure your team's together, make sure you're talking, make sure you've got it all together. This is your chance to collectively format your ride group. Use your draft off each other, conserve a bit of energy, and you're rolling all the way down here till you hit the road junction, which you'll see coming up on the mini map, and that's where I mark my course. Here it is here. Put a little glitch in there so you can see it twice. Okay, from that point there, was trending downhill towards you get that, but this is the real downhill. Try and get a little bit of a super tuck maybe in here. Keep your group together. Carry some momentum if you can round this corner, because you're heading up Harlem Hill, the worst bloody hill in this map. Cannot stand Harlem Hill. Hate it. Not a fan. Give me any other one but this. First part of the hill up towards about where the intersection is isn't too bad. I think you get peaks of up to about 6%, but it's all right. A little bit down there. And then this part here is where you're going to have to get your ass out of the saddle, stand up, put some power through the pegs, go past, you're peaking at about 10.5%, work up this climb up and over. Make sure that you have not dropped anybody in your group, because during this next part, it's a little bit of a downhill. People are going to be belting along. So this is your chance to sort of roll over this lumpy stuff, worse than my mum's porridge. But you're heading towards the sprint section all the way down the other end of the map. And that's my next marker, my next cue that I'm going to talk to you about. So rolling through here. As we come up past the sprint marker there, down towards the sprint thing, hopefully you get a PR there. If not, you got to ask yourself, have you been working that hard at all? Past the Tron horses on the side, you're going to around the corner here, turn left into the gates of hell, and we start our first ascent of the KOM. Into these gates here, just after the second yellow one, it's going to flatten out, but here we go. Sucking the O2 before the red KOM marker there. So each one of the road segments here basically is a bit of a flat spot. So we went through the last flat spot, next road junction coming up ahead of us, next flat spot. So you don't have to remember kilometres, remember the roads. Up we go again. Make sure that you are still with your group. You're working up through the climbs here. Up we go. We don't have a road junction on the next one, but we do have a flat spot. It's coming up towards us. Here it is here. This is a last chance. Make sure your group's together. Have a bit of a breather. Suck in the oxygen. Whilst it's not flat, it's only about a couple of percent. Here we go for this little kicker up towards the KOM banner or arch. As we go through the arch, raise your hands in the air because you've just got a PR. And then as we go down the other side, we're going to catch some deep breaths. Maybe do a bit of super tucking and make sure our group is all still together. Bit of a respite here as we work all the way down what we just came up. Get to the bottom of the gates of hell, we're going to turn left. And around we go back through this illustrious countryside. Over the cobbled bridge, which is coming up here. No. Round the corner. There it is. Here we go up towards the other side of the map. We crisscrossed a bit there. So heading all the way back up to Harlem Hill again. Road's going to be lumpy as it was down the other side. I think the major peaks hit about 8 and 9% going back up to here. And it's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. So you just got to work with that. Make sure you just don't drop any of your group and roll through that. You can see Harlem Hill looks like a foot, shaped upside down foot on the end of the thing. So that bit that we had the hard time going up with, we're going to have the easy time going down. And down hill we go, around the corner. And the easy bit that we had at the start coming down is the bit that we now have to go back up. It's a lovely course, this, just full of bloody ups and downs. So up we go again. We're going to go up through here, through these S's, which we had the nice tuck on the way down. This time you'll be out of the saddle, pushing this back up here. Round we go. We're going to cross back over to the other side of the map. Head back down towards that start line all over again. And again, we're just going to be rolling through the peaks and the troughs, keeping yourself together with your group, keeping the talk maybe on Discord, keeping the chat up, and making sure that you have your top 4 riders still together in this group. Remember, it is the 4th person's time is what counts as we go over the line. So down we go, getting close to where the sprint banners are. Oh, there's the Pebble Bridge. As we go across that, we're going to hang a left here towards the start gates. This will be the end of where we think. Here comes the finish line for the end of the Kickerbocker route. Although, guess what? If you've read the fine print, you'd know that we've got another half to go. Yes, that's right. Just for your pure enjoyment, we've got 1.5 laps of the Knickerbocker, which means we've got to go up that bloody Harlem Hill twice. And we get to go up the Com twice. So it wasn't enough climbing in this map as it was. We need to do it all over again. So as you go down to this side, last chance to get everybody together again. Through the same strategy, coast down this hill, super tuck if you can, get a bit of a respite in. Here he comes, Harlem Hill, round to our left, up Harlem Hill. Yes, it's not any better the second time. In fact, it's probably worse. You're probably still hating this bloody climb. Round the climb, out of the saddle, pushing the power through the pegs. Last dig, up, over. All right, now we're heading towards that start line. Or sprint line, I should say. Back right down the other side of the map. You should know this because we've just done this once already. So this now should feel like deja vu and you know what to do. Down we go, all the way to the other side. It's going to be rolling and pitching. And you're going to be wishing that you were on any other map bar this one. It's like a nightmare that just doesn't end. Here's the sprint com. Down through here, we're going to go left again, round through here, carrying a bit of momentum through the gates of hell. This will be the last time. We're going to, you know the drill, flat spots through here. Get, I think, about 3 flat spots. Here's number 1. Here's number 2, coming up here towards where that next road junction is. Number 2. We dig deep, keep going up this climb. It's a bit longer, this little section. But here it comes here, through this arch here. We're going to next little flat spot here. Okay, here's your last pinch, up through this pinch. Here's your finish line this time. So through the finish last time. Yeah, bow! That's how it's done.